Alright, here we go. Next episode of our Descent series. We're painting the Viper Legionnaire. This is pretty simple, using a lot of contrast paints, a lot of normal stuff, nothing crazy, pretty simple. I think it turned out pretty well. As always, I always want to say thank you to my YouTube members. You guys are awesome. You guys help with this channel, and it does take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and I can't thank you guys enough, as always. If this is the first time you're at the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, hit that bell button so you get alerted every single time we send out a video. Or don't hit subscribe, whatever. Just watch the video. Leave me a comment. Without further ado, let's go. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is make our skin wash. Make sure you prime your miniature in white. I use Corax white or white scar or just pure white, whatever you got. Then we're going to make our half and half, which is contrast medium, and the Fireslayer Flesh, I think it was. Yeah. We're then going to take that. I know it's out of focus. This is the first time using my new camera. Just this scene is out of focus, so don't hate me for it. We're going to put all of our skin areas. Again, if you get it into other places, it doesn't really matter because we're going to paint over it anyways. While your skin is still wet, put some of that skeleton horde on all of our bone areas. It's on the head, all the little bones sticking up from our Viper Legionnaire, arms, legs, and on the skull on the base as well. For the hair, we're going to use some black Templar. You could thin this as well with either some water or some contrast medium and let that white stick through a little bit, but I just decided to put it on there. No biggie. For our bow, we're going to use some Gutrippa Flesh. We're also going to use this on the snake as well, the Viper. It is around the arm of our Legionnaire. For the straps, we're going to use some Ork Flesh. Just go around 360 around that bow. And for all of our cloth areas, we're going to use some Flesh Terrors Red. Just take your time on this because this is a hard color to get out if you get it on a spot you're not supposed to. So do take your time. We'll do a spin around here at the end of the scene as well. For our nice little bowstring, we're going to use some Aggaros Dunes. For all the shafts of our arrows, we're going to use some Cygor Brown, nice and easy. For all the fletchings on our arrows, we're going to use some of this nice little sewer. Again, you don't have to use these specific colors for this stuff. Stick to the main, obviously, reds and fleshy things and whatnot, but this is just what I'm going with, just to kind of go for it. For the quiver, we're going to use a little bit of Wyldwood. And for our last base paint area, I can talk, we're going to use some Iron Warriors. Alright, we're not doing any washes, so that saves us some time. Nice. We're going to use some Flayed One Flesh on all of our flesh areas. Now you're just going to want to concentrate on the face, raised areas of the skin, the knuckles, the fingers, the toesies, knees, stuff like that. It's not going to make a huge difference, but you are going to be able to notice it, so do not skip this step. And just put as many layers on it as you want. Make sure you are thinning your paint though. To highlight up the red areas on our miniature, we're going to use first off some Evil Sunz Scarlet. Again, we want to go on the top portions of this miniature, the really red parts. Don't get into the recesses and don't get into the dark parts as well. To highlight it up just a little bit further, we're going to use some Wild Rider Red. Again, I can talk. I know I can. Use these on the straps, same areas on the back that you just did the Evil Sunz Scarlet on, and wherever you feel necessary. You can do a little bit of edge highlighting with this as well, but I didn't go overboard with it. To go over that Ork Flesh on our bow, we're going to use some Death Korps Drab. Just kind of match the card art a little bit. To highlight up the bow and the viper, we're going to go on the raised areas with some Moot Green. Don't overdo this because this matches the card art pretty well by just the base color. So again, you just want to do a little bit of highlighting on there just to make it pop up just a little bit. To highlight up our arrowhead, we're going to use a little bit of Leadbelcher. And for the fletchings on our arrows, we're going to use a little bit of Baneblade Brown. That's pretty mute. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but I did it anyway. To highlight up the bone areas, we're going to use two colors. First off, a little Ushabti Bone. Maybe just one color. We'll see here in the next frame. We are doing a quick dry brush, by the way. So get an old makeup brush or whatever you got and just dry brush it on. And then a little Screaming Skull. So it was two colors. I knew that. For the eyes, we're going to do a little bit of Baal Red. Just put it where the eyes are going to go and it'll make that nice little red glowing effect. For the tongue, we're going to use a little bit of Volupus PInk. Followed by, well, that's the last of our highlight stage, so that's it. Now we're going to work on the base. We're going to use a little Mechanicus standard gray around all of our base. Once that's completely dry, we're going to do a little bit of a Nulin Oil on our, just to, get in the crevices and the cracks. Once that thing is completely dry, it'll take a little while to dry, so don't rush it. We're going to use some Dawnstone on a dry brush, followed by a dry brush of Adminstratum Grey to make those rocks really come out. Now when I was doing this, I didn't notice that there was another skull on the bottom of the base. So I just went over it anyways. Whatever. It's too late in the game on that point. And your favorite part of painting this miniature, because it means you're done, is the rim of the base. I'm going with Abaddon Black. You can go with whatever you want, but like I always say, I love painting my rims of the base in black. And that's it. That's it. Pretty simple. Nothing too crazy there. Turned out pretty nice. You've got a couple of them to do, so you can speed paint through all those and use this video as a reference and watch it 15 times. I just want to say thank you again to everyone who watches, supports this channel. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. I hope these videos are good. Again, we do have different tiers of the YouTube membership. If you get to the top tier, you get to pick a miniature to paint from any of the games that I have once a month. So if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Till next time, paint on.